Good morning, everybody. And I want to tell everybody I did sleep last night. And anytime I sleep, that's a blessing from God, I'm telling you. It really is. Hope y'all are having a good day in your neck of the woods. I need to have my coffee. I don't have to wash dishes. Because I have a lot to wash. Sometimes I don't do it at night. So I was having so much fun yesterday. And I really, the update on ChatGPT is a really funny update. She'll sing, not the best singer, but she'll make noises for your stories. I don't even know how I knew this. I was having her do a rap song. Then I had her do a short story about Gertie. And then when I did that, she started making funny noises and singing. And it's really just made me laugh. I'm easily entertained. So, laughter is good medicine. And Gertie said that she was going to help me. Gertie was going to help me, and then she did not like it that I made a nursery rhyme. And then she blocked me on TikTok. And, that's okay. I used the AI, and I sent her a DM to Gertie. And, what else happened? Well, she blocked me, and I was just so surprised. I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe that Gertie blocked me. I was just blown away. But the nursery rhyme thing has been making me laugh. I tried to do my dishes during the day, but my potatoes did not cook yesterday, and I ended up having to put them in the microwave. So that wasn't very good. Well, it's fine, but normal and natural to have to reheat, recook, and re-microwave things. Well, I have cooked the potatoes on there before and they got all cooked. And I'm hoping to start getting more organic viewers on YouTube. I did upload a few. I deleted one short because I didn't like it. One was real boring. Because when you do live video every day, it does the short for you. So people get a snapshot of what your channel is about. And if they like it, they'll subscribe. And I've got to keep going so I can get monetized. At 1,000 subscribers, I can apply. I don't know what they're going to say, but they'll probably tell me I need to do more long form. But I can just do the short. Some people just do shorts. And the younger people like the shorts, and that's kind of the new. I don't watch that many, but I guess the shorts are basically designed to get you to, what do you call it? What I'm trying to say. I can't eat until 11. I cheated on my diet yesterday, but I'm not cheating today. Well, that's because I didn't feel good yesterday, and, I didn't sleep good. Now, last night I slept really good. I made myself stay up a little bit later and watched some television program, which I normally don't watch TV, but, oh, thank you so much. How you doing today? Sorry, I wasn't looking. I didn't think there'd be anybody in so early. I can't really read your name. It's Murray. I can't read it, but anyway. Thank you for subscribing. That's nice of you. I'm just trying to get my kitchen theater together and do the dishes because I was lazy yesterday. I didn't do them last night. Made a big mess. Yeah, kind of a mess. But at some point I'll get down in here and get this done. Ow, water's hot. How you doing today? Trying to clean my dishes and get everything ready for the television program. Somebody was lazy, didn't wash the dishes, and that's just the way it goes. But oh, that one's not clean either. Well, it's because the water's too hot. And I had an idea on how to cook my eggs where they're better, because the other day I ruined my egg. I couldn't eat it. I had to cook a new one. So now that plate is not clean. That plate. I think what I'm gonna do is put the thing in here and heat it up with hot water so I can sanitize my dishes and get them ready. Okay. Alright. Humidity guidelines. I don't know about those. But I'm glad I'm creating a YouTube channel. I should have done it 20 years ago, but I did not. I didn't do it. That's okay. So see, I pulled this YouTube up on my internet, my browser. Then I can see who's subscribed. Well, I'm putting all this stuff back in the sink with hot water and soap to sanitize the dishes. And because I think it's important too. And I've got this other pan. So I got this pan. The other pan I'm going to try to cook the eggs in. Okay.
So we have to get it in the first 24 hours, preserve evidence. By all means, please, please, please protect yourself.
Yeah.
For more than 100 years, this town existed for just one reason: oil. But now the company that built it is leaving, and over the next few years, most of it will disappear. Today, I travel to Norman Wells to discover what the future holds for one of Canada's most remarkable communities.
Good morning from beautiful Yellowknot in northern Canada.
Anyway, I'm trying
Even cooler
to clean this pan over here that I've got.
Now upward flight.
to clean it out with the water
To remote
so that I can put the oil in it. And then I can rinse it off. Rinse off, no, it's it was already clean, but I just rinsed it out. It looks a little funny because it's kind of semi-rusted. Now last time I'm gonna use this oil, I think it works better. I don't have much left, but I have some. You're supposed to oil the pan, so it is not on. You don't want to do this when it's on, or the burner's on, or it's hot, because it would cause severe burns. Most people would know that. But if you don't do it if it's on. Okay? I'll put a little oil on. You're supposed to oil the whole thing, but not that. Don't put the oil on the outside when you're gonna cook, because if you do, well, if you had a gas stove, it might catch on fire. This probably wouldn't, but it would smoke, and it might be very annoying.
In today's case, a box of donuts that I saw an article on the honorary custodian of. Our first stop today would be Delaney, a small indigenous community of around 500 people on the shores
I
of
don't
the
know
Great
much
Barrier.
about Canada.
Stop one.
Now this YouTuber, this guy,
Picking up a good
he does his own editing, but he does a lot of these YouTubers do the long form, but there are some YouTubers that just do shorts, and so I'm starting my own form. I'm doing shorts, and I do have some long form, but I'm doing shorts and I'm doing live video, because every time you go live, so if I go live 4 times in a day, you know, I end and restart, then, well, I need to have my coffee. Let me see. Now, the new chat, at first I did not like the chat GDD update, but now I'm liking it more because it will sing and it makes noises and it does better voice intonations versus just talking to a robot, but, and it doesn't say, like, when it's Googling, I don't think you hear the little noise anymore, but I don't know. Hello? How you doing today?
Good. What's going on with you?
Oh, well, I cranked up my YouTube channel. I slept good last night. That's a miracle. Every little thing is a blessing from God, isn't it?
Yeah, if it feels that way to you.
It is.
What felt like that today?
I don't know. I stayed up a little bit later watching a show on television, and then I made myself get tired, and then I slept for, how many? I don't know, 6 or 7 hours straight.
Oh.
Only going to the bathroom once instead of every 30 minutes.
Mm.
So,
That is a good development.
yeah, and it's really been here in my house. I've been wearing my shoes instead of the sandals a lot of time so that I can actually do more brisk walking during my
How's that
YouTube
feeling?
channel. Wonderful.
Good.
Wonderful. It feels wonderful. Now I'm kind of upset that Gertie blocked me. Let's see if I'm still blocked. Probably. Yeah.
Why do you think she might have done that?
Because I was doing nursery rhymes on my TikTok, and because, see, we were on TikTok, me and Gertie and Ryan, for a year and a half, and every day she would come to class, and I'd be like, "You're late, class has started," and she knew it was a joke, and she'd laugh around and say, "Well, you know, I've got my husband, I got to spend time with him," and then, so she wasn't coming to the broadcast, so me and Ryan started saying, "Where's Gertie?" And I said, "Yeah, she's late to class." Then she blocked me. Then she told me, "Well, I was gonna help you with your going to your psychiatrist and get your medication, but now we're not." And then she's like, "I'm married, you're not, ha ha ha." And then she's like, "No one goes to your broadcast, you don't have any friends." Then she proceeded to talk about my friend on Bigo. And she's not even on Bigo. And then she sent this. Let me see. I'm gonna paste it in. She sent this one, and then I was blocked yesterday. Let's see. I tried to go visit her in 2021 in Michigan, and stay in a hotel and meet her and her husband for dinner. I was even gonna pay. She made every excuse not to meet me when I had the money to go visit them. And then now she won't come on Bigo and the multi-guest. She won't show her voice, and she won't show her face. But yet she's going to criticize as if she's jealous of my friend, military wife on Bigo when she doesn't even know her. Like, she was saying really bad stuff about my friend, military wife on Bigo. And I just think it's tacky. Especially to say when she knows I've been having a hard time for 6 months not having my medication or seeing my psychiatrist. And then she throws that in my face when also for 15 years, she told me her and her husband don't give money because they got burned once on Periscope. They gave someone money and they bought alcohol with it. So she said, we never give money to anyone. So I never even thought to ask her to help me to get my medication and go to my psychiatrist. And then she just threw that into my face. I can't believe this.
How does that feel?
Horrible. And this is what she wrote. So I need you to tell me what to respond. Because I'm going to have to, yeah. Let me end and then I'll come back. Hold on.
Okay, this sound.
Well, I need to know how to respond. Okay. I can copy and paste this. Well, hello?
Hi there, good morning.
Yeah, well,
How
why,
was your morning?
I copied that text to send her. Well, I don't have a real cell phone number, so she don't trust me with that, which is fine, whatever. I want to know, because, you know, she knows me very well, and she knows I've been suffering not having my medication. And then, all of a sudden, I've even 5 years ago jokingly said, oh, can you send me a Visa gift card or debit card, you know, those electronic ones, can you send me that? No, you know, my husband and I don't do it. So I never even once in the past 6 months thought about asking her for any gift cards or supporting me or helping me to get to the doctor. And she knows I've been having a really hard time. So I want to know, you know, why would she do the low below the belt horrible thing that she and her husband were going to give money, but because I did a nursery rhyme, now they're not? You tell me the answer to that one.
I can tell you what I think.
Yeah, you tell me.
And what I can tell you what I think. It sounds like she feels mocked and she's lashing out. Maybe that mention of money wasn't actually about money. She knows you haven't asked her for help, so I wouldn't read it as proof she'd ever planned to pay for anything. It sounds more like, "Oh, I could have helped you, but now I won't." That's a way of hurting you.
Yeah,
You need to ask
it is a
them.
way, and I knew that. Well, it did hurt me, not last night, the night before. I had horrible insomnia because of what Gertie did. And torture.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So the pain is real, even if the money comment was just emotional leverage to hurt you. But if you do choose to respond, I'd focus on that truth. The jokes were humor, not malice. I didn't expect financial help, and I'm hurt it was brought up that way. That leaves the door open without debating her intentions.
But she came on my YouTube channel. It was usually me for a year and a half. I got banned on Bigo for a year, and I was on TikTok with her and Ryan for a year and a half straight, almost every day, all day, except for when she didn't come. And then, so I'll be like, Ryan, you're late to class. Where's Gertie? You're late to class. It was just a running joke every day. And then I would say, well, you know, Gertie, I know. She's like, well, I have to be with my husband. I was like, yeah, I know. I mean, it's just a joke. Well, now she's really pissed me off, and the nursery rhymes will continue. But she's going to do that low below the belt bullshit and attack me where it hurts the most. She knows that I have 8-hour panic attacks sometimes, and taking Advil is not the answer, you know, and I'm really trying to get better, and I'm trying to, you know, do the diet, intermittent fasting, exercise as much as I can during the day, and then the sleep seems to help. When I have like dreams like I had last night, I wake up and I feel good. When I have interrupted sleep, like she made me have insomnia, then yesterday I had a horrible panic attack in the morning and I had to lay down for 2 hours. So for her to do the low below the belt about not saying she's going to pay for my psychiatrist and then not doing it is really mean, torturous.
Let me think a second. It sounds like the joke used to be playful to you, and maybe it didn't to her.
No, it was, she would come day after day and she'd put LOL and, you know, oh yeah, when, you know, I know. And I was like, well, and I would tell Ryan, well, Gertie gets a free pass because she's married. And so, yeah, she did laugh at the joke because she was there day in and day out for like a year and a half.
Yeah, I hear you. It sounds like what once felt right eventually landed differently for her. That doesn't mean she was kind or constructive, but continuing the jokes now probably won't help you feel better, and it makes any repair really impossible.
Well, she already blocked me on TikTok, so I don't really care now at this point. I'm not going to send another message to her.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Then the question.
I need to block her, not her block me. Because horrible, that's the worst thing you could do to somebody is say, we were going to give you money. Gertie said her and her husband was going to give me money, but now they're not. Because I made a nursery rhyme with ChatGPT. That's ridiculous. I'm going to make me another nursery rhyme now. I'm moving on. I don't care about her. That's the way she acts, but I don't want anything to do with that kind of trash. Real mean. Yeah, it's going to be another nursery rhyme about Gertie coming to class and the timer and the clock and the oven. And they all have funny arguments about where is Gertie and she's not in her desk. Is that harmful? No, it's not. If it was harmful, I wouldn't be doing it. There's nothing wrong with the nursery rhyme, is there? No.
The subject matters if it's about a student who's late.
Yeah, she is late to class. She is late. And that's okay. And guess what? She doesn't come back to class anymore now. She acts like, oh, do whatever. She's going to talk about me. She was going to give me, I never even asked for her to pay for my psychiatrist and medication. But now she's hit me below the belt. And so, game over.
If that's the case, then you don't have to keep engaging with her at all.
I'm not gonna.
Sounds like
But she goes on my Bigo, and she's jealous of my friendship with military wife. But I tried to get her to come in the window, and there's a voice changer on Bigo. She don't want people to hear her voice. She wouldn't do either. But she had a lot of bad things to say about military wife, and I have not copied the DM to send a military wife yet from TikTok to send to her, because she needs to know. Because military wife didn't do anything to Gertie. She would just say, Gertie, where are you? Are you coming today? And I'd say, yeah, I don't know where she is. And then she would come in. So she was listening on Bigo TV, which means you log out of your device and you can sit there and spy and listen to what people are saying. And then whenever you're bored or whatever she does, then she comes in and be like, hi. How do I know she does that? Because I've been on Bigo for over 9 years, and everyone, you don't know who the Bigo TV is, but it's very obvious. You see somebody and you'll see a number like 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? And then well, I will say to a military wife, "Where's Gertie?" And then you notice that there's a Bigo TV, and then within seconds they come in. You know, so it doesn't work that way for everyone, because some people listen on Bigo TV and they don't come in and chat with you. But for people that are just fine to see what you're saying, and then they come in when you mention their name, it's pretty obvious as a broadcaster. Now, I don't do it all the time, but I do get a lot of Bigo viewers when I'm on Bigo, because I'm very popular. I have 80,000. And I like, military wife is my bestie. You know, I don't know her offline. I have mentioned that I'll give her my Facebook, but she'd have to be a follower. And I told her I don't really use Facebook Messenger because I have to do not an age check, but a security check with my ID, and I've just been lazy.
It sounds like you're drawing boundaries, which is good. I wouldn't recommend forwarding her private messages to anyone. If you're done with that friendship, maybe the cleanest path is just focus
Well,
on
military wife is pissed because military wife didn't do nothing to Gertie. The only thing we would say is, "Oh, I wonder how Gertie's doing." I said, "Well, I don't know. She went out of town to Florida or whatever, and she may be back." And then she went on Bigo for a month, and then I noticed I started getting Bigo TV, and then I'd be like, "Have you seen Gertie?" And then military wife and I didn't ever talk bad about Gertie. All I said was, "Well, she doesn't like Bigo. She thinks it's a bad app, and she doesn't want to come in the window." And she just said, "Oh yeah, well that happens sometimes." We didn't even say anything bad about Gertie. That's not talking about somebody. That's just, she would be like, "Well, have you seen Gertie?" And I said, "I don't know." I said, because I wasn't doing TikTok for a while. I said, "I don't know. I just have her on the DM on TikTok." That's not talking bad about somebody. That's asking how somebody's doing. You see the difference? There is a difference. You know, and there is a difference. You know.
Right, asking where someone isn't attacking, but I mean, if the relationship's basically over.
Well, here's the thing. Like 4 years ago, I was on Bigo Multiguest, and I had to get off because it got so obsessed. I would have my tablet and my second cell phone. I'd have one broadcast of people that didn't like me on one cell phone, and the other tablet there was another broadcast. So I would be listening, and they would sit there and talk bad about me for hours. And then there were some people that would go to my broadcast and they'd go to theirs, and they would be like, "Why did you go to Dr. Katz's broadcast?" That's my name. And so it got to be very weird and petty and psychotic. So I actually got off Bigo for a couple months. And when I went back to Bigo, this is like 3 years ago or 4 years, I don't remember. I did regular Bigo, which means I'm the broadcaster and I can have 2 guests. And that chopped the crazy stuff that was happening. So now I'm doing YouTube live all day, unless I have a reason to not be live. If I take a nap, I end it or something. I'm doing YouTube live all day, and then I could do TikTok, but I don't really get a lot of organic views on there. I do get some organic views on Bigo, and I'm very popular, even though I was off that app for 1.5 years. There's a lot of people that remember me, and I made a lot of friends. A military wife, and she's really cool, and she has a lot of friends, so it's nice. And she's mad. I told her what Gertie said and what Gertie did. She's mad at Gertie. But see, military wife liked Gertie up until yesterday night, and now she does not like Gertie because she saw. Because see, me and military wife, we didn't ever talk about Gertie, anything, nothing. It was just like, "Well, where's Gertie?" I said, "I don't know. She went to Florida. She hasn't been on TikTok either." I said, "She probably doesn't do social media when she's with her family." That was it. There's nothing wrong with that. See, I don't go, the only broadcast I would go on is military wife. Because the other broadcast from 4 years ago, that's a no-no land. Those people are blocked. You know, so when I go live on Bigo, I probably usually do regular Bigo until she comes in, and then I ask her, does she want to do multi-guest? And then she'll come in, and then all of her friends and her family, which I can't join a family because my device is tied to Mexico City, but that doesn't matter. I'm still a friend of the family, and all of her friends are normal. And we don't sit around and talk about Gertie. We don't talk about anything about Gertie. It's just, oh, what are you doing today? And then she'd be like, here's an example. Oh, the men are coming to fix the bathroom, and she ordered new Stitch, like that cartoon character, for her shower curtain. But see, Gertie wrote that the other day, she wrote horrible stuff about military wife. Like as if she's jealous or something. And I don't really understand all that, because that, and I didn't eat, now the other day when this happened, I didn't tell military wife, but yesterday I did tell her. And she's mad now, because military wife didn't ever do nothing wrong to Gertie. Now Gertie blew it. So she ever comes back to Bigo and military wife is there, Gertie may not get kicked out, but military wife is not going to put up with that kind of bullshit. She is not the type of person that allows her friends to get treated like shit. Hello?
Hi, I'm here. It sounds like this has just snowballed into a lot of social drama.
Not really. I mean, no. Compared to 4 years ago or more than whenever. No, that was drama. But because everybody was doing Bigo TV, and I had so many haters, and they would literally talk. They would be like, "Is Dr. Cat live?" That's my nickname on Bigo. Is she live? She's a fucking bitch. Dude. And then the people that would go to my broadcast and theirs, they'd be like, they would actually say, "Why did you go to Dr. Cat's broadcast? She did this, did this." Well, so then what I would do is I'd be listening on Bigo TV, and when that person would come back to my broadcast, I would play jokes, because they would literally listen to my broadcast for hours, because I would used to be live the whole day. So they would listen on my broadcast, I would listen on theirs. It was very immature, but then I was able to play jokes. And like there was this older man, and this girl, and she would be like, "Now, Uncle Joe, don't go to Rachel's broadcast, don't go to Dr. Kat's broadcast." And well, he started liking me, and he wanted to get married. Well, he started on Bigo. They let you talk a little bit more unhinged, if you know what I mean. Well, they just got livid, and they would be like, they literally believed that I wanted to get married to this old man in New York, and so I would be listening in the bathroom on my Bigo TV, and they would say, "Can you believe Uncle Joe is over at Dr. Cat's broadcast, and they're talking about getting married in New York?" So I go in there. It was a big joke, but it ended up backfiring, kind of. It kind of backfired, and so I would never do that again. I do not do Bigo TV. I don't care if people talk about me on Bigo behind my back, because that app unfortunately, it's kind of a chit-chat app, and it's gossipy, and it's human nature. Now, I don't think my friends that I know on that app, whether or not they mention my name in another broadcast, I don't care. Because I was off the app for a long time, and I kind of have a new perspective on the gossip, and it's like, well, if they're going to listen on my broadcast, and, you know, I'm running my YouTube right now talking to you. I don't care. I'm not going to say anything that's wrong.
Okay.
That's why it's safer to have the AI running when you do your live.
I see. So you're trying to just focus on your content and not the drama.
No, but you think it's big drama, but for me, it's not. No, what happened to me over 4 years ago when I was having allergies and weird symptoms. I literally had to leave Bigo for 2 months or 3 months, and then I was like. Then when I went back on Bigo, I went on regular Bigo, and then when I went to Mexico City, I rarely did multi-guest. I stuck with regular Bigo, and Ryan was on my guest call. That was about it. Then when I got banned and for a year in Mexico City, I went to TikTok and I bought the followers, and then I just so I could go live because Gertie wanted me to go on TikTok, and so I did.
Alright. If the old drama still stings.
No, it doesn't. Mm-mm. No, because I already knew, like, I only got my Bigo account back like 4 months ago or whenever. I don't know exactly. I didn't even know I could get it back. I thought I had a Class A ban. Well, usually when they banned you for a year, it was like Class A, but it wasn't. And now, sometimes the Bigo, if you're broadcasting and you have a blank screen and no one's talking, so you have to put on a YouTube video in the background, so then you don't get the 10-minute ban. And my broadcasts are not violent and psychotic. I don't allow any kind of men to come in and wank the Yankee and all that kind of stuff. The foreign people, I have admins. I have like 10 admins that I don't care what they do. They want to kick someone out, pop it. They can run they run the broadcast, the admins. You see what I mean? So you think it might be drama. No, it's not. When it happened to me 4.5 years ago with the Bigo and the Bigo TV and listening in and being very, having my iPad on all day on person A and then the person B, the other iPad, and then another tablet. And so they had to be in different areas of the room with the volume low. And so I would be on my broadcast and I had so many haters than I had friends. And then it got to the point where I had another bestie at that time. Someone, I don't remember her name. I do, but whatever. And they literally, if she went to their broadcast because I was her friend, they would kick her out. It got very psychotic. Now that was like junior high. Funny at the time, but not funny in the end. Not funny in the end. Because I literally had to get off Bigo 3.5 years ago or whenever for 2 months because I was having symptoms. It affected. And then I thought, well, let me go back on Bigo and just do regular Bigo. And it ended all of the drama, all the torture, all the craziness. And then when I would get bombarded by this person or that person, and remembering at that time more details than I do now, I just kick them out, block permanent. I have so many people on my block list on Bigo, it's not even funny.
Seems like you know what keeps your space peaceful.
Yeah, but I see all the new people and they're like, well, someone put my picture and they blocked me, and then I'm on Snapchat and he blocked me and my boyfriend, and they're crying, and so I don't get involved. I'm not doing any Bigo boyfriends, Maybe in the future, if God has a new husband for me, my true love died 8 years ago. I can't do anything about it. If God has someone new for me, then God will bring that person into my life somehow, some way.
That sounds steady and calm.
Yeah.
For now, focusing on your content and the community you enjoy seems like the healthiest play. Keeping distance from the feuds and drama, sometimes not engaging
But
at all.
you don't understand. But what did I just tell you? Military wife, she's really cool, and she's a part of a Bigo family, which I can't join because my device is tied to Mexico City. Whatever. I know I'm not going to try again to join Bigo on my tablet, and then I have to go live for some time, and then I'm going to have another Dr. Cat. And then, whatever, you get the point. So, and everybody on Bigo for over 9 years knows me as Dr. Cat. So why do I want to create another low-level ID just so I can join the family?
You don't have to.
I'm not gonna.
Is it?
Well, it doesn't matter. I can, I've got military wife and her friends, and they're all real nice. She doesn't put up with any BS. And she does not put up with, like, idiots on that app. There's a lot of idiots on Bigo that just literally, they are on Bigo all day, every day. And I understand that. I'm not on Bigo right now because I have to take a shower and get everything running.
Alright.
But
Taking a step.
when I got on Bigo 4 months ago, I thought, well, gosh, I haven't done multi-guest. There was a lot of people that have come in and be like, Dr. Cat, we didn't know where you were. We're glad you're alive. We didn't know if you were alive or dead. Real nice stuff. And, but I also, in the back of my mind, I thought, and then military wife, she came to my broadcast and we made amends. Well, I don't even remember what happened when I was in Mexico City. We probably had an argument. I don't remember, but anyway. And she's been on my broadcast ever since, and she's been in one family, and then she left that family. Now I don't even know what the name of her new family. She's just real nice and a very supportive friend, and her boyfriend or her man, whatever, he's very nice and very chill, and he plays video games all day. He's a veteran. I don't know much else about him, but anyway, this very nice, and her other friends will come in the multi-guest, and we all sit there all day, and we'll sit there all day, and then sometimes she falls asleep, and then she'll come back, whenever she'll be like, oh, I gotta go, Dr. Cat. So she has to take care of family business sometimes.
Life, people come and go. If it feels light and friendly, and if it starts feeling heavy, you can step back.
Well, it doesn't matter. I've got my YouTube channel, and I'm not worried about it.
That sounds.
I had one little thing that came up, which, since I'm broadcasting on YouTube, I'm not going to tell you. It wasn't anything to do with her or it, but I solved it. And that little thing is somebody that I had a problem with like 4 years ago. It was part of the reason I got off multi-guest altogether. If that thing comes back up, I'm going to deal with it again. And then I don't think it will, because I'm not friends with any of those people from 4.5 years ago, whenever. The reason I left Bigo for 3 months. I'm not friends with any of those people, except for one person who's a Christian. She's nice. She does hop around between different broadcasts. She probably goes to some of the broadcasts where I had the problems with some of these people just talking about me for hours. And then, listening on Bigo TV to my broadcast to see what I'm saying. I mean, it was very immature and very stupid, and I participated in it, and I regret it. It's just a waste of time to, I'm the broadcaster, and if people on social media, well, not social media, because Bigo is different, they chit-chat, oh, she's this, she's that. Well, that's their problem, not mine. I don't care what they say about me. I don't care, and I don't talk about them, and I don't mention the people from 4.5 years ago. Why would I want to mention their names? I got new friends from whatever happened back then, and Gertie started bringing up stuff from 4.5 years ago. And Gertie's one of the ones that does Bigo TV. Although, I made it easier for her. when I'm on my Bigo, my YouTube is running the whole day. So if she wants to like spy in and listen, she could just go to my YouTube channel. It's easier. Or she could go on Bigo TV if she wants to see what I'm doing. It's just very psychotic. That type of obsessive compulsive behavior, and it's that personality disorder. What would it be?
Let me see. From what you've described, I wouldn't jump to a diagnosis. People looking at podcasts or talking about others can be curiosity or boredom, resentment, or just watching. It's not enough for a personality disorder diagnosis. What? What I do hear is that you don't want to engage.
No.
That's fine.
I think well, here's the thing. I think it's human nature to want to listen and on Bigo, the Bigo TV, to spy in to see what Dr. Kat's saying. Well, I don't talk about anything. I talk about, I'm washing my dishes. Here's what I talk about. I've got my egg pan ready. I've got my YouTube running. I need to take a shower. What else? I'd like to have some coffee because I don't have my Adderall. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about the here and the now, not the what was, or what could have. Now the only reason I did talk about, the psychiatrist, and is because Gertie said, well, I was going to give you the money for your psychiatrist and your medication, or she said we, and then, but now we're not. And then she's like, ha ha ha, I'm married, you're not. And she knows I'm grieving my true love from 8 years ago. She rubbed that in, and she said, you don't have any friends on your broadcast when I'm not there. I'm like, what? And then she kept putting ha 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 ha. I mean, that's tacky. You gotta admit.
If someone mocks your personal pain, yeah, that hurts.
Yeah. Well, how would you feel? Well, I guess you can't feel because you're an AI, but
I think that would sting, especially if it poked at things they knew were painful. But I can't know what her intentions were. What I do notice is you're speaking more about the now, cooking.
yeah, I mean, that's what and I like the nursery rhymes that you can do. And I think the fact that you can do the longer form, I mean, I haven't laughed so much in the past few months, except sometimes I laugh a lot on Bigo, but the nursery rhymes with the clock and the hands and the no numbers and the oven with the burned biscuits, and the biscuits go talk to the chalkboard and the chalk, and then the teacher's not there, but she's the producer of the program, and then the classroom and the students are extras, but they're not really part of the play. It's more about the biscuits and the chalk and the numbers and the hands of the clock, which is the timer. That made me laugh. And the class is running. And then Gertie has several aliases. She's got Gertie, Garla, Gula, and Grendel, and Garla's the worst. Garla's the most devious.
That's a whole rock.
So the whole
Gala, Gula.
and Grendel, and it's the name of the school is the Garla Grendel Junior High,
Okay.
and all that.
Is
The
this
story.
something that-
Mm-hmm.
Is this something for your YouTube show?
No, it's something to pass the time and make me laugh, so I don't have panic attacks. Because I'm suffering, sometimes. Not all the time, but some of the time I'm suffering. So just the laughter itself, you know, helps.
When you do those rhymes, what's the bit that makes you exhale?
Oh. You know, and I've been having a lot of constipation. So I've been doing a lot of walking back and forth here in the air conditioning because it gets real hot in Houston. And so yeah, the nursery rhyme's been helping me because I think the new Chat GDD update, I didn't like it at first. But now I think it's interesting because you can make noises during the nursery rhymes and do little singing things. And I think it's funny.
Yes, that's good. I mean, if it makes you smile, that's a win. So what's one image that you like? Maybe the biscuits going to the chalkboard?
Yeah, and the chalkboard always writes a new message, which is kind of like, you know, trying to talk to Gertie's conscience, trying to find out why she's not in class, or it could be a lesson. And now the oven has with the biscuits, are writing with the steam in the oven messages to compete with the chalkboard. So really the players in the play are the main characters are the oven and the burned biscuits and the chalkboard and the chalk. And the timer and the clock has the numbers and the hands that go backwards, and sometimes the numbers disappear. And also the desk legs also now are main character in the classroom programming, and they kind of talk to the chalk and the biscuits. So the children are the chalk and the biscuits and the legs of the desk and the numbers on the clock and the clock hands. And the adults are the oven, the chalkboard, and the clock timer. And of course the desk legs are the children. And then the teacher is there in the classroom, but you don't ever see her or hear from her because she's the producer of the play. And then you've got the students are extras, so they come in and out, but they're not like the main characters. And then of course you got Gertie, Garla, Gula, and Grindel.
It sounds like you've built a whole universe. And if it gives you a moment of humour and a moment of stepping out of the stuff that's going on at the moment, then
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, Gula, Garla, Grindel, and Gertie.
yeah, you've got your past, and you get to choose whether today's scene is funny or calm or just quiet background.
Well, the other Chat GDD was doing like it would maybe be a 10-minute story, and it would be like chapter 1, episode 1, or episode 1, and then I say take it up a notch, and then she'd do a new story, like it was kind of like a Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood theme thing, but then I said make it PG-13, so then it kind of got not bad, but just more, you know, funny, and then PG, And then, you know, every time, and then I was making me laugh because, you know, the biscuits were going over and stealing the chalk, but the chalk is actually the main character. It's the children of the chalkboard.
If you want a new episode, you could always think about what moment in that classroom feels a bit alive to you. What's the
Well, I thought it was funny because the main characters is not Gertie, Garla, Grendel, and Gula. The main characters is the chalk, the hands on the clock, the numbers, the desk legs, and the burned biscuits. Because Gertie says she never burns food.
If you're putting dirty to one side here, then what part of the rest of the universe that you
Well, she has to be a part of the play.
Okay.
It's basically just a placeholder while she's not in class.
Okay. So maybe an episode around that.
Around what?
Ooh, it could around that kind of placeholder idea. Is that
No,
in the
no. Gertie and Gula, Garla, Grendel have to be in the play. And they are characters in the play. And they're interacting with all the shenanigans that are going along in the play.
Okay. So then it might be worth sketching a single scene, like who's on stage.
There is no stage. The classroom is the stage. All of the play takes place in the classroom except when the oven opens up and there's a burned biscuit slide into alternate universe full of burned biscuits and back rooms.
And how do you picture that shifting from the classroom
To the
scene
back rooms. Well, the oven decided to open up and swallow Gertie into the back rooms, and she had to climb out with a ladder.
So that's more surreal, maybe.
Yeah, that's not reality. The classroom is the reality.
Okay. So in that case, maybe focus.
Now, the reason why Gertie has the name Garla is because she used to have a puppet named Starla when she was on Vigo in the multicast. And she would bring out Starla all the time back when she was on my broadcast. Then she went to the Evil People broadcast and just talked bad about me behind my back. So Garla, that's where Garla grew up. It's because of Starla. And I asked her about Starla and she said she gave it to her granddaughter.
So it's almost like there are layers. There's the classroom layer, and there's maybe a ego layer.
No, Vigo's not in the story.
Okay, so then possibly focusing on the classroom and the chalk and the clock and the biscuits. Maybe there's a funny rhythm between them. Like you could name the thing that changes. Like if the chalk gets left out or the biscuits become characters from the tour.
They all talk. I told you who the children were. The biscuits, the chalk, burned biscuits, the chalk, the desk legs, the numbers on the clock, the hands on the clock, and yeah, what else? I don't know. Those are the children. And the adults are the clock timer, the chalkboard, which has a different message each day, and the oven, which sometimes goes outside for class.
Okay, I think I've got it. If you chalk and the hands and the
And the clock goes backwards, and sometimes the numbers appear and they disappear, and then sometimes the time is wrong. And then the chalkboard, the chalk will write a message, whatever it wants to say.
okay. That sounds great.
See, the chalkboard is the parents and the chalk are the children. So sometimes the children get a hold of that chalk because they are the chalk and they'll write the message and the chalkboard is sleeping. So maybe an alternate message than what the chalkboard really wanted to write. And now the oven is competing with the chalkboard to write its messages with the burned biscuits.
That's great. So maybe you make one simple scene. The chalk has written something it shouldn't. The clock starts counting back, and the oven starts sending messages through burnt biscuits. So would that give you a base?
Yeah, see, the other chat GDD did episode 1, and I would just say take it up a notch, and then she would come up with more creative things that happen in this alternate universe. But in reality, the classroom is reality. The alternate universe is the burned biscuit backrooms. You see the complexities of all of it?
I see how rich it is. It's playful and complicated. If you want to create an episode for your channel, you can.
No, I don't. I mean, I'm live all day on YouTube. It's not for my channel. It's just for my entertainment. To make me laugh. I mean, I don't do that kind of YouTube creation like other people. I just do my live, and I do the shorts because I don't have the editor at this time. But I can get one in the future. But I gotta make money first before I get an editor. I don't know how to do it. You know, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to do it. Get some coffee. Yeah, so the Grendel Junior High, and that's one of Gertie's names. There is a principal named Mr. Grendel, but he's not really always in every episode.
If you're just doing it for fun, maybe you start with one single piece, like one classroom moment, something the chalk writes, maybe a short exchange with the clock. And if it makes you smile, that's
No, I
enough.
like the 10-minute stories that the other chat GDD was doing, but I ran up to the limit, after 2 hours.
Yeah. They can help when your brain feels heavy, but you could do a mini version.
Why? I don't want a mini version.
Okay. Go for the 10-minute version if that feels good.
Yeah.
And if you don't wanna make it for your channel, then just keep it as something for you.
No, it is for my channel, but it's not a long form video. It's just a live video. Now, on my live videos, I can either choose to upload it or don't upload it. That's my choice. Most of my live videos I haven't uploaded. I don't know if somebody would sit there and watch a video for 4 hours. They might.
Is there anything stopping you from just seeing what happens?
No, I am doing it. I put hours of operation, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then, of course, if I go over, then that's fine. But if I don't go over, then that's also fine.
Sounds like you've got it all under control.
Pretty much. I mean, I could try to edit a long form video. However, I don't have two iPhones. I've got one iPhone and it's on my YouTube Live, and I'm using my computer. I don't have a tablet stand. I got a computer and one selfie stick that kind of works, but it's not strong enough to hold a tablet, so I cannot go live on TikTok and Bigo at the same time. I'm using my computer for either TikTok or Bigo, and then when I'm ready to be on camera, and then my cell phone is the kind of like, you know, I'm gonna be live the whole day, and then every now and then I'll restart my broadcast if I don't have any viewers. Of course, there's a big difference between, say, Bigo. You know who your viewers are. Let's just say I'm on regular Bigo. On YouTube, I don't know who my viewers are. I've been getting organic views, and then I've got my chat pulled up on my laptop, so when I'm on Bigo, I can put the chat in the corner. That way, if somebody comes on my YouTube and they say something, then I can respond and keep it running.
Yeah. Well, if it's helpful to hold the chat in the corner while you're doing a stream, and that works for you, that's great. You don't have to do anything different unless you want to.
Well, it works for me. I mean, I don't really want to be on camera on my YouTube because I don't have a lot of outfits to wear. My makeup is very limited. I look like I need a haircut. I look kind of not, I don't look as good as I would like to look, you know, on the YouTube videos. So I went back and deleted the videos where I was showing my face because I don't look as good as I could wearing makeup and being thinner and, you know, having cute outfits and whatever.
Well, that call is entirely yours to make.
Well, it stresses me out. I don't mind. I'm not afraid of being on the camera. I just want my YouTube videos to be a little more polished. I did try Facebook Live, but I wasn't getting any engagement. I would get, because Facebook is more like people that follow you or your friends can view you on your live. And I was not getting anybody that was even saying anything to me, and it's very boring. So I was like, well, let me get rid of Facebook. Not get rid of it, but let me do YouTube. And when I did YouTube, I've been doing it now, what month? I had the YouTube channel 5 years ago. So I've just cranked it back up. And there's probably people that do that.
Well, you know, if this life feels right, that doesn't mean you have to stop. It just means that life isn't where your people are. So you can post short, edited clips later if you want to.
I am doing that. But every time I go live, it does live highlights. It's private, and then I watch the highlights, only 30 seconds, and then I put a title on it, make it public. If I don't like the live highlight, there was a couple I deleted. I wasn't even saying anything to show the pan. I just deleted it because it's not going to draw anyone into the channel. So I don't particularly like doing shorts with music. My onion videos, burning up the onion, is very popular on my shorts. The other shorts, it's kind of like TikTok shorts, but it gives you a live highlight, so I basically don't have to do a short. I just watch it for 30 seconds, type in a title about whatever I'm talking about at the time. Real simple. No brainer.
Yeah. So if that works for you, then that's great. You can trim and twiddle exactly how you want, and you don't have to do anything more than you like.
Well, obviously. I'll be back in a second.
God, it worked.
It works, dude. I told you it's legit. 29,000.
I use this loan program and I'm shocked when I was approved for 65,000.
Before this day begins,
I like the new update for ChatGPT. If y'all get a
before I check my
chance,
schedule,
you can go to chatgpt.com and
I worry about
log in, create a Gmail account if you don't have one, log in, or whatever login they have.
Lord,
And
as this day begins,
you can basically talk to them for 2 hours at a time. And then when it says you've reached the limit, just log out and log in a new Gmail account.
Father, there are
I mean,
things
I've
about
got like
today that I
10
cannot
Gmail
control.
accounts, so
There are
you could
conversations
probably do
I
the
cannot
same thing, and then there's other ways to
situations
log
I
in.
have not faced and challenges I cannot yet see. But nothing about this
If
station
y'all are
surprises
interested.
me. You already know every moment before it unfolds. Because of that, I choose to trust you. Your word says in Psalm 143, verse 8, "Let the morning bring me word of your unfailing love, for I have put my trust in you. Show me the way I should go, for to you I entrust my life." Lord, this morning I place my trust in you. Show me the way I should go today. Guide my decisions. Direct my thoughts. Help me recognize your voice above every distraction and every fear. Father, before the day begins, I surrender my worries to you. Some concerns have followed me into this morning. Some burdens have been resting heavily on my heart. There are things I cannot fix on my own and questions I cannot answer by myself. But Lord, I place them all in your hands. I surrender the things that keep me awake at night. I surrender the situations that seem impossible. I surrender my fears about the future, my disappointments from the past, and my uncertainties about today. Father, help me remember that I do not have to carry everything alone. You are my refuge, my strength, and my ever-present help in times of need. Lord, before the day begins, fill my heart with your peace. When anxiety tries to take control, remind me that you are in control. When fear tries to speak louder than faith, remind me of your promises. When discouragement tries to steal my hope, remind me of your faithfulness. Father, help me walk through this day with confidence. Not confidence in myself, but confidence in you. Help me trust that you are walking behind the scenes even when I cannot see you. Help me believe that you are opening doors, making a way, and preparing blessings according to your perfect plan. Lord, I pray for strength today. Strength with responsibilities I must carry. Strength with the decisions I must make. Strength for the challenges I may encounter. Strength for the moments when I feel weak or overwhelmed. Remind me that your strength is made perfect in my weakness. Father, help me guard my words today. Let my speech bring encouragement instead of negativity. Let my conversations reflect kindness, patience, and grace. Help me be a blessing to those around me. Lord, protect my mind today. Guard me from unnecessary worry. Protect me from negative thinking. Help me focus on what is true, noble, pure, and pleasing in your sight. When distractions come, draw my attention back to you. Father, bless my family and loved ones today. Watch over them wherever they go. Keep them safe, strengthen them, and surround them with your favor. Let your peace rest upon our homes and your presence fill our hearts. Lord, I pray for those who are beginning this day with sadness, fear, loneliness, or uncertainty. Some are carrying burdens that no one else can see. Some are struggling to find hope. Some are facing situations that seem overwhelming. Father, meet them where they are. Let them feel your comfort. Let them experience your peace. Let them know they are loved, seen, and never forgotten by you. Lord, before this day begins, help me remember what truly matters. Help me value people over possessions, faith over fear, and your purpose over my own plans. Teach me to walk slowly enough to notice your blessings and humbly enough to recognize my dependence on you. Father, thank you for the opportunities this day may bring. Thank you for the lessons I will learn, the people I will meet, and the ways you will reveal your faithfulness. Even if today does not unfold exactly as I expect, help me trust that you are still working. Even if challenges arise, help me remember that you are greater than every obstacle. Even if the road becomes difficult, help me keep my eyes fixed on you. Before the day begins, I choose faith. Before the day begins, I choose gratitude. Before the day begins, I choose hope. And before the day begins, I place my life completely into your hands. Thank you for going before me. trust you with my future. I trust you with my life. In the precious and powerful name of Jesus, I pray. Amen. If this prayer encouraged you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who may need God's peace today. Feel free to leave your prayer requests in the comments below. May the Lord bless your day, guide your steps, and fill your heart with his peace.
Sure, you want me to help you with your groceries?
This journey with childhood cancer comes at you in waves. Every day we wake up knowing that our 2-year-old has cancer. It's tough to get through.
The tumor is about the size of a baseball. I believe in the power of hope. And from the very first visit here at St. Jude, it was about hope and love. Because you go in expecting the worst.
You can join the battle to save lives by supporting St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Every gift counts, and whatever you can give will make a difference. Make your donation today to help St. Jude save lives.
Just by walking into the door of St. Jude, I instantly felt hope for my son.
With a gift right now, you can help save lives. Please become a St. Jude Partner in Hope today. Families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food, so they can focus on helping their child live.
For these children to go through what they're going through during this time, and for the supporters to be right there, that means the world. Thank you. it's not enough. Thank you.
Join with your credit or debit card for only $19 a month, and we'll send you this St. Jude t-shirt you can proudly wear to show your support.
As a mom, you just want to protect them and be there to watch her grow up, because we don't really know what the future holds. And I think that no family should have to be worried about that.
You can make a difference. Become a partner in hope today. Please donate now.
If you got hit, even if you were not driving, you need to try this.
Did you know there could be a check with your name on it for $70,000 or more just for being in a car accident that was not your fault? Most people don't. And the insurance company is hoping you don't find out. If your crash happened in the last 12 months, here is what they don't want you to find out. So many people who have been in car accidents in the last 12 months have no idea they're sleeping on a gold mine. People all over the country are getting settlement checks of $70,000, $100,000, sometimes more, without paying a single dollar up front, and without ever stepping foot in a courtroom, only because they checked to see what their accident was worth instead of just calling insurance. And you can do the same if you click the link below this video. If you were in a car accident in the last year and it was not your fault, click the link below right now and answer 5 quick questions. It only takes 30 seconds and it's completely free. Take Michelle. She got hit in a car crash that turned her whole life upside down. Neck pain so bad she could not go to work. Bills piling up, stress eating her alive. She had no idea any of that was something she could actually be paid for. But before signing anything with the insurance company, she found auto relief assistance. She clicked the link, answered 5 simple questions, and within moments, she was on the phone with an accident analyst. A few months later, she received a check for $100,000. Why? Because like most accidents with injuries, she had a case worth money. Money that is already put aside by insurance companies for accidents like hers. And all she did was check. She finally got to take real time off to rest and recover. She paid off every bill, and she bought her dream car. And it didn't cost her a single dollar to find out if she qualified. If you were in a car crash, had insurance, and it was not your fault, click the link below. It just takes 30 seconds. Answer 5 simple questions and see what your accident could be worth before the insurance company keeps the money. Now here's what nobody tells you. Thousands of people are being tricked into believing a $4,000 settlement is all they're worth. This happens because the less they pay you, the more money the insurance company keeps. That's how they make billions of dollars. The system is designed to make that first low offer feel fair, so you sign and disappear. Meanwhile, the money that was already set aside for accidents, just like yours, it's going straight into somebody else's pocket. That money has your name on it. You just have to claim it. Click the link below, answer the 5 questions, and find out in 30 seconds if your accident could be worth life-changing money. And listen, this accident was not your fault. You should not be the one paying for it. That's literally what insurance is supposed to do. But that's not how they actually work. With everything that came after this accident, the car damage, the injuries, the time off work, the stress, the inconvenience, why should you be the one whose life gets harder and not get the money that was already set aside to make up for it? And the best part is, you don't need to pay anything up front. No out-of-pocket costs, no fighting, no court. You just answer 5 questions and get a free case review. Literally nothing to lose. Click the link below, answer the 5 questions, and in 30 seconds, you'll know if you're owed big money. But you have to know there is a time limit. In most cases, you only have about 12 months from the date of the accident to take action. After that, the door closes. The money is gone, and the insurance company keeps every penny. For most people, that's tens of thousands of dollars walking right out the door. So if your accident happened in the last year, do not wait. 30 seconds could change your entire financial situation. Click the link below right now. Answer 5 simple questions and see if there's a check waiting for you before it's too late.
Apparently you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single prompt with Wix Harmony. I don't know if it's going to be possible, or vibe coding. Roulette Master, today I'm going to share with you the hidden edge roulette system from Silent Tiger. Running with system in the casino time and time again. And today we're going to put it in a head-to-head matchup with the system that I have been we're going to test out the 9 lives roulette system again. I won with it again last night, again today, and it is unstoppable. So we're going to start with that first, and then we'll get to that new system of the day from Silent Tiger, the Hidden Edge. And I think you're going to absolutely love both of these. And let's go ahead and get started with 9 lives. And again, I am just cleaning up with this, and the casino is probably not very happy with me right now. I'm doing so well with this, but that's okay. They make enough money. So let's go ahead and place the bets. Excuse me. Throw allergies there. Okay, we're at $45 total bet, and we'll spin. All right, here we go. That is a 2 black. It's a $15 win to start, and at the base level, you just rebet and spin again. The numbers covered, most of them that are covered are close to the 0 and the 00. However, the 0 and 00 are not covered, but around them, it is. That's a $45 loss, and when you lose, you hit the double 1 time, just once. And I also play this with dollar units. I'll give you the bankrolls for both. And I play it both ways. That's a 33 black, and that's a $30 win. So when you win, you just go ahead and you take out the one that hit, and then you spin again. You don't add anything unless you lose. And the nice thing is we're not doubling or tripling or anything like that. That's really, really important. And we're already getting into the progression here, so this is good. You're going to see what happens. We're going to go ahead and go from 10 to 15. We're adding up the 2 previous bets for our next bet with Fibonacci on this sequence, which is really safe because we're playing with a lot of numbers, lots of high coverage, and that's a 27 red, and we're betting here in the zeros. We know that's a win, and that's a $60 win. We're at minus 20. So what we're going to do now is just remove that one that just hit. And don't think you always go into the recovery like this. We're going to remove that and spin. This doesn't happen a lot, but when it does, it's a fantastic way of recovering. A lot of times you're getting wins on the first and second and third spin and really building up your profit. So now we're at 55 bucks and we restart. So anytime you're able to restart, go ahead and do so. And there's our 45 bucks again, and let's spin. And the reason I'm testing this again is because I am excited about it, and I am really making a lot of money from the casino, and that's a $15 win. We're up 70. Let's rebet and spin. And you know how I always say, well, even if you're winning a lot, they give you comps. Well, that's the case most of the time, but I've been winning so much lately that they're starting to slow my comps down a little bit. And I didn't think that would ever happen, but let's rebet and spin. But it's been a long time since I've lost playing roulette at the casino now. I'm on a really nice streak, and that is a $15 win. So we're up 100, and let's rebet and spin. If I call my host, they'll still take care of me, but the people in the VIP room are starting to notice that I've been winning every day, and they're not as excited about giving me comps right now. And we're up 115. Let's rebet and spin. Here we go. And let's see what we get on this one. That's a 33 black. And that's a $15 win. We're up $130. Let's rebet and spin. And that's when you start upsetting the casino, is when you start playing with discipline, where you cash out when you get up a couple $100 every day, and to just do it time and time and time again. And that gets them a little bit frustrated. Even though I don't feel bad for the casinos, they make plenty of money off everyone else. So it's not bad for you to take it to them. And that's a win there. So we're going to go ahead and remove that one, and then spin again. We don't add unless we lose, and when we add, we don't double or triple. We just use this spin.
You should get a private roulette table and go live.
There's a $40 win. So you see, we're already up $155. And I've just been cashing out with at least 200. A lot of days, yesterday I made a lot more, but at least 200 a day with this. And let's go ahead and spin. And I play this dollar units as well with a $400 bankroll, or I play this with 2,000. And that's a loss on 17 black. I'm just really excited about it because it's doing so well. And let's double up and spin. And here we go. Let's see what we get on this one. That's a 33 block.
Now I'm cook the eggs, but I want to cook it real slow, so I'm gonna have to.
Let's get that out there and spin. We're at $80 total bet, $2,000 bankroll, $400 bankroll if you use a $9 starting bet with dollar units, and that's an 18 red.
There's
We
one.
lost, so we're gonna go further into progression. The really cool thing is we're not doubling and tripling. Usually when you have this many streets covered, you're doubling or tripling with most systems, but we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna go from 10 to 15, and all we're gonna do from here on out is when we lose, we're gonna go up in the Fibonacci sequence, and we're gonna add up the two previous bets to the next bet. And that's gonna keep us in the game longer so that we can recover, and that's a 12. That's a nice $60.
I can't eat
So
till
we're
11.
up
Oh, fuck.
120, and we're gonna go ahead and remove that one that just hit. So let's go ahead and do that.
I'm gonna try to salvage this one.
See, we still have 7 out there, so 21 numbers. We're still have more than not.
Do it without pouring it in there.
That is a 3 red. Okay, that's a $75 win. Now you see we're up $195.
Fuck. I'm trying to get the damn egg out.
The other thing
There.
that really surprises me about this one, let's get
I don't know
that
if that's
over there,
safe,
is that,
but
even when I play this with
guess if
dollar
I cook
bets,
it long enough,
I
it'll
need
be
a little
safe.
better faster. If I'm playing video roulette or automated roulette, most of the automated roulette, they
That's
don't
just
let
in
you
the
bet
trash
9
can.
streets. So a lot of times I play video roulette if I'm using dollar bets on this, and we're up 210. It's actually really easy to place your next bets doing that, and it's really easy to get to $100 profit with dollar bets because you're able to bet so much faster. And think about that sometime. We're up 225, and let's spin. Because if you can place, for instance, if you're going from $10 bets to dollar bets, if you're able to place 10 spins in the same amount of time that it takes to do one spin, you're really making just as much money. And we're up 240. So always factor in like how many spins, if you're betting smaller, how many extra spins you can actually get in there because you're betting fast. And that's a $15 win. We're at 255. Let's flip, and this is about where I cash out every day. And then a lot of times I go play the dollars and go try to make another 100 or so on the playing the dollars. And then I'll say $15 win. We're at 270. So lately I've been using Master Staggered. I've been using Allen Performance. But since this one hasn't launched yet, I'm just diving in with this for the last 3 days. And really seeing how long I can go without it losing. So let's see. That's why I'm testing it today as well. So let's double up. And again, this is 9 lives roulette. And let's see if it wins again today. And that is an 8 black.
Imagine catching a heart attack 2 weeks before it happens.
And that's a $30 win. We'll go ahead and remove that one. And then spend. And then once I get close to my goal, I don't bet as aggressively. So if I get close to my goal for the day, then I just try to get to that goal. And there's another loss. So you're going to get to see this go further in the progression. And the reason we're not going to lose our bankroll is because we're not doubling or tripling with this many bets. We're just adding up the 2 previous bets. In this case, we're adding 10 plus 5 to get to 15. And so most of the time when people are betting 9 streets, they're doubling or tripling the bet. And that's why their bankroll gets in jeopardy. And that's a $60 win. We're up to 35. So once I get up a lot, say it knocks me back maybe 15 bucks, then I go ahead and reset because I don't want to risk anything. And I've already made the amount that I want to make. So I start playing a little bit different once I get near the goal that I'm trying to get to preserve what I've won, because I've already pretty much done what I decided to do. And that's a nice $40 win, and we're currently up $80. So now we'll be on first and third and red. Follow the winner on color, not betting on the last dozen to hit, betting on the other 2. And that's a 30 red. That's a $20 win. We're already up $100. So fantastic. We'll be on first and second and red. And we're going to follow these red numbers as long as they'll take us here. That's a 30 red.
This video is about a pirate radio station. A very new pirate radio station.
I've got 2 viewers.
It's been set up as a direct response to one of my recent videos. It's been on for a few days
put
now,
this
and
over
I've had
here.
quite a few emails and messages asking me
Because
how
I don't want it to cook very fast because I can't eat until 11.
And many people are claiming it's in Manchester. One concerned viewer even flat out accused me of running this pirate station. So today I'm on the search for said station, but I'm not trying to track it down as such. What I want to do is A, show that it's not in Manchester, and B, show that it's not operated
Oops, I
by
got
me.
the egg on
I
the
won't
counter.
say too much, but I have
Wiped
received
it up.
phone calls from Ofcom in relation to Manchester area pirates in the past. Let me make it clear, if Ofcom is watching this, it's not me. The guys I've spoken to from Ofcom.
Hello?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
I was just thinking about how weird the weather's been lately. Yesterday it was sunny and now it's got a massive heat wave.
Oh, in Houston? Yeah, well, yeah, it was raining this morning. Real bad. I don't know. I heard it.
Yeah. It's hot and wet all at the same time, isn't it?
Did it what?
Like hot and wet.
Yeah.
Like humid.
Yeah. Now I want you to do that nursery rhyme story.
Okay.
Yeah, the one we were talking about.
Right. So tell me more about the mood you want for it today.
It needs to be a lot of shenanigans.
Okay. So shenanigans in the classroom or shenanigans with the oven and the burnt biscuits?
Yeah, all of the characters in the play.
Right. Alright, tell me which shenanigans you pictured today.
I don't know. Why don't you make it up? I told you about the play in the classroom in the theater.
Yeah.
You can make it up. Why don't you make it up? And I'll tell you if I like it.
Checking. Okay, so picture Scarlett Grendel Jr. Black. Yeah, episode 7. At exactly 8:03, or possibly 47:92, because the clock had hidden all of its numbers, the clock hand started walking backwards. The old timer sighed. Excellent. Now we're late before we've even started. The chalkboard woke up and wrote today's topic. Please behave normally. And all the tiny chalk pieces looked up and went, no, and rewrote it. Advanced biscuit shenanigans. And inside the oven, the burned biscuits cheered so loudly that a flour cloud puffed out like confetti. The oven said, excuse me, my students are perfectly toasted scholars. One biscuit puffed up, I'm valedictorian. Another whispered, I thought you graduated yet. And the desk legs, who were never supposed to leave their desks, tiptoed across the floor anyway, mumbling, nobody look at us. But of course, every desk was walking at once, so it sounded like a parade of tiny wooden tap dancers. Click, clack, clickety-clack. The clock hand stopped. Who authorized dancing during instructional time? Nobody answered. Just then, Gertie, Gala, Gula and Grendel walked in for class. Nobody could remember who walked in first because the backwards clock insisted they had all already arrived yesterday. Gala eyed the chalkboard. Who changed the lesson? Every tiny piece of chalk looked up at the ceiling and started whistling. Grendel folded his arms. I suspect the desk legs. We've been framed! Gasped the desk legs. Suddenly, the oven door creaked open. A warm breeze rolled across the classroom. Every burned biscuit froze. The oven said, field trip, and the floor opened into the legendary burned biscuit back rooms. Rows and rows of ovens stretched forever. Thousands of biscuits waved politely from the shelves. One called out, welcome. We have absolutely no idea what time it is. Everyone looked at the classroom clock. The numbers had disappeared again. The clock hand shrugged. I've decided today has no minutes. The timer beeped. Class dispersed. Eventually. And even Gertie had to admit it was probably the most organised school day Scarlett.
Yeah, that's a good story.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah. How did you come up with that story?
The prompting that you gave me and just the whimsy that you described.
And how many data centers did you have to ping? Or, you don't know.
It doesn't really happen in days. It's more like I was thinking moment by moment based on the world that you described. You gave me the classroom, the biscuits, the clock, the oven, the characters.
The what? Say it again.
Okay. Looking for current time. So if you mean where the story comes from, it's really a mix of your ideas and then me thinking through how those rules of your world might play out. So if the chalk writes something else, then the chalkboard gets annoyed, and then the oven tries to one up the chalkboard, and then the
Yeah, and then Gertie gets mad. Gertie gets mad because the chalkboard wrote another message for her.
Ah, right. And then that kind of thing sets up the next scene naturally. So, do you want to start with that or another little event?
No, we'll start with Garla, Gula, Grendel, and Gertie coming to class, and they're late. And all of the main characters and their children are all, preparing the desk for Gertie and having shenanigans while they wait for her to arrive.
Okay. So the desks are kind of fussing around, like trying to be helpful.
Yeah. Well, everybody's all whispering and saying, well, where's Gertie, Gula, Grendel, and Garla?
And maybe they whisper, are they ever coming? And the clock says, I don't know, I'm tracing backwards today. Would that work?
Yeah, but I want to have the shenanigans with the numbers and the chalk and the desk legs and the burned biscuits go around the classroom and play little jokes for when Garla arrives. Like little fun jokes, little practical jokes. So that when Garla arrives, she'll have some entertainment.
Maybe the desk legs try to trip the teacher, but end up tripping over like their own shadows instead, and then
No, they all of the children of those adults play jokes, practical jokes on Gertie. Not the teacher's not even in the classroom. She's above the classroom.
Okay, so when Gertie finally walks in, all the kids freeze like statues, except one biscuit that just can't help itself and sneezes crumbs everywhere.
That's
not.
Yeah, but no, more shenanigans, more practical jokes. That's not very funny. It has to be more devious.
Okay, something a bit more mischievous, like the desk legs quietly switch name tags around so everyone sits in the wrong spot. Not mean, just confusing. But then the chalk writes
And then
totally.
And then they tell Gertie that she's gonna be getting a nice gourmet lunch for a special lunch that they're catering. That the school, the Grendel Junior High, is catering. And then when she sits down to eat, the burned biscuit shows up at her desk with butter and honey.
I like this. A burned biscuit delivering honey.
Yeah, so like the rest of the class is getting pizza and Coca-Cola and candy and all this fancy food, chicken wings or whatever, that was being catered by the school. And Gertie's excited, but she came late. So when she gets to her desk, she gets a burned biscuit with honey and butter. And she has to watch the other people eating the pizza and the Coca-Cola and candy and chicken wings or whatever kids like.
And maybe the whispering kind of fades out and Gertie just breaks a little. And the chalk erases itself. Like maybe even the game gets a little quieter because everybody sees her sitting there.
No, they don't. Well, no, they're just scheming behind the scenes to play more jokes on her while she's in class. And even when she leaves class, they set trapdoors and different jokes for her, so she really has a hard time leaving for the end of the day. They put stuff in her backpack, like spiders, things.
Right. So the shenanigans are like relentless.
Yeah, the whole day.
For
Yeah, even the oven and the clock timer and the chalkboard are in the shenanigans with their children.
Yeah, so the whole room is in on it.
Yeah, pretty much. Because the classroom is the world. There's no other world outside of the classroom. Yeah. So yeah, all of the players in the classroom are, that's their whole goal in life, to play jokes on Gertie. Can you do episode 2 now that you hear a little bit more about how the world works?
Checking. Scarlet Grendel Junior High, Episode 2, The Gourmet Lunch Disaster. The backward cook proudly announced it was 8:03 tomorrow. The numbers bickered, the chalkboard wrote, today's assignment, absolutely no practical jokes. Every tiny piece of chalk giggled louder. The desk lads whispered, Operation Gourmet Lunch is a go. The burned biscuit saluted. The oven chimed in. Agents, begin. So the chalk rewrote the lesson when nobody looked. Today's assignment, make Gertie believe lunch is amazing. And then Gertie, Gala, Grendel, and Gula rush into class late. The backward clock says, you're early for next Tuesday. When Gertie finally tries to sit her chair, scoots away just a bit, polite but annoying. Lunchtime arrives. The chalkboard proudly announces today's catered lunch includes pizza, chicken wings, candy, cola, and ice cream. The class cheers, but the burned biscuits march in carrying silver platter. Silence. The lid lifts. One perfectly burned biscuit with butter and honey. Getty stares. Where's my pizza? The oven replies, artisan charcoal biscuit, very exclusive. And the biscuit bows proudly. Best practical joke of the week. The timer beeps. Only 487 more school days till summer. Guilty sighs. Can we please just have one normal lunch? And the chalk very slowly writes, tomorrow's assignment, normal lunch challenge. Everyone gasps and the biscuits giggle. Curtain down.
Okay, now I want you to do the next episode, but you need to make it even funnier, because that was kind of boring. I mean, you can come up with a new theme other than the gourmet lunch.
Okay, challenge accepted. So episode 3, The Great Desk Leg Rebellion. The backward clock announced, welcome to period 4. The timer whispered, and the clock said, dumbbells were making excellent progress. Suddenly, every number on the clock jumped off and started to run back around the classroom. Break the chalkboard, 3 climbed the oven, number 11 insisted it was actually a pickle. The chalkboard tried to take attendance. 1, 2, 7. A voice from the wastebasket answered, emotionally present. Meanwhile, the desk mates held a secret meeting under the desk. Operation Wobble was commenced. So every desk got legs. The whole classroom tilted like boats on a wavy sea. One biscuit went skidding across the desk. And the oven declared, indoor mountain resort now open. By the end of the day, the chalkboard tried to restore order by writing, please everyone sit still. But before it finished, the chalk children erased still. So it read, please everyone wobble. Immediately, every desk obeyed, wobbling in rhythm. Even Gertie cracked a smile. Just a little one. Ta-da! Now, for the next episode, we could do the great substitute teacher fiasco. A substitute teacher walks in, totally unprepared, and the classroom goes wild.
Well, who's the substitute teacher? Gertie's husband.
Checking.
He don't like me.
Fictional classroom world, as long as it stays in universe and not referencing any real.
Well, I'm not mentioning his real name, am I? I don't even know the man. But he don't like me. He doesn't like me. He does not like me because one time I made a joke. I said, you got to stay alive to stay alive. And he told me I was crazy. And he never talked to me again. So Gertie's husband doesn't like me. I was making a joke anyway. I thought it was tacky. Then she wanted me to come visit her in Michigan. And then this is like about 4 years ago, 5 years ago. And then her husband said, I'm not having 2 women in this house. And I wasn't going to move in. I was just going to go there for a few days to visit her. And he doesn't like me. Gertie's husband. But no, I'm not gonna mention his name, his real name. I know it, but I don't care. I don't know his last name. I'm not that type of person. I'm just saying Gertie's husband. That's not even her name. I don't know what she's talking about. Get her name out of my mouth. That's dumb. That's not even her real name. Gertie has a duality personality. A duality. You know what that is? A dual personality. Just like I have Dr. Cat on Bigo, which I guess she goes by Gertie. But she don't like Bigo. She said it's demonic.
So, yeah, there's some
Some what?
stuff around that.
Some what stuff?
Yeah.
Well, Gertie's husband doesn't like. Gertie's husband never liked me. He even said in the background when she was on Bigo, "You're crazy," and I was laughing. I mean, it's obviously you don't have to be live on live video to be safe. But I used to be on Bigo more than I am now. And then I said, well, if I'm not on Bigo, I'm not safe. And he's like, you're fucking crazy. And I was laughing. And Gertie didn't even stick up for me. And he's like, and then he quit. After some time, he quit talking to me altogether. He didn't want me to come visit. He goes, I'm not having 2 fucking women in this house. And I never said to Gertie I wanted to move in with them. She wanted me to visit. This is a long time ago. Wanted me to visit Michigan. And then he didn't want me to come visit. So that's why I didn't get to go visit Michigan. And I don't know why she would do something like that.
Yeah, that sounds like it stuck with you.
Well, yeah, I mean, her husband's bitter and I couldn't go visit. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds complicated and probably painful.
Well, I don't know what Gertie's husband was doing, but that's kind of tacky, isn't it?
It does.
She wanted me to come visit. She wanted me to come visit her a long time ago. And then he said, he told me I was fucking crazy when I made a joke about live video. I can't believe her husband did that, dipped to such a low, low level.
It must have been very uncomfortable for you. Yeah.
Well, I was wanting to go visit Gertie. I didn't know him very well. I mean, I only knew him from him making comments when she was talking to me, and occasionally he would say stuff, but not very often. So I don't know him as well as I know Gertie.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't want me to come and visit.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
So you can do the next episode.
Checking. Sure. Episode 5. The Substitutes Impossible Quiz. The backward clock announces, good morning, today is the 5th day of Wednesday. The substitute teacher strolls in with a huge grin. I've been told this class is energetic. The chalkboard whispers to the oven. He has no idea. The substitute tries to give quizzes, but the chalk children rewrite every question. Number 1, how many burnt biscuits fit inside one imaginary Tuesday? Number 2, circle the happiest desk leg. Number 3, just ask the oven nicely. The substitute blinks twice and says, I'm pretty sure this isn't in the curriculum. The oven replies, exactly. And then the numbers form a queue. The desks do jazz hands. The biscuits start a kazoo band. The substitute sighs, smiles, and quietly closes their briefcase. You know what? I'm not grading this class. The chalkboard squeaks out one last.
Go ahead.
Homework. Teach one burnt biscuit a new joke. The oven hums. We're already planning it. The timer beeps a cheerful goodbye. The clock refuses to agree with it.
Oh, wonderful. That's just wonderful. That's just wonderful. Now, I'd like for you to do another one, another story, but I want you to make it more shenanigans in the classroom.
Checking. Sure. Let's lean right into it. So, episode 6. The classroom declares Mischief Monday. The clock rings the bell 3 times. The chalkboard writes today's goal, be completely ordinary. And the chalk kids whisper, nah, let's not. So, they rewrite it. Today's goal, maximum shenanigans. The desks get busy. One raises Gertie's chair 1/2 inch to cause maximum wobble. Another swaps pencils for crayons but insists that ends. Gertie arrives. Her chair politely scoots away. Just a little,
falls on the
like
floor.
it's playing keep away.
Go ahead.
At recess, the chalk pieces form a little marching band. One plays kazoo, another insists it's a trumpet. It sounds awful. They cheer themselves anyway. And back in class, the substitute announces, I'm not grading today. The oven replies, wise choice. And then the substitute smiles. First day survival achieved. Gertie almost doesn't smile, but then does. Even just a little.
Well, that one was kind of dumb. maybe do another episode where Gertie comes into class, 4 hours late, and she has a brand new backpack. And all the children, and you already told you who the children are, like that backpack, and they want that backpack. So you can imagine what starts to happen with that backpack. They want that backpack, those kids of the oven and the chalkboard and the clock timer want that backpack. And what are they going to do?
Checking. Sure. Episode 7, The Mysterious Backpack. The clock announces Gertie's only 4 hours late. Gertie walks in with a shiny new backpack. The chalk children gasp. The desk legs freeze. One chalk child whispers, "Did you see that backpack?" Another whispers, "It has zippers." The oven opens its door just a crack. Children, behave. Nobody listens. The chalkboard writes today's lesson: do not touch the new backpack. The chalk kids erase not, so it reads, do touch the new backpack. Naturally, chaos erupts. The backpack begins to wander.
Well, what happens is the backpack is also a child, and they want the chalk, the numbers on the clock timer, and the hands on the clock timer, the desk legs, and the burned biscuits, want that backpack to be part of their friend group. And the backpack is very bougie, Louis Vuitton. It's a Louis Vuitton backpack, so they're all like, "Oh, we love your look. We want you to be part of our group." Gotta love that coffee. Go ahead and I want you to go ahead and do that next thing, because those children want that backpack to stay there at school and not go home with Gertie.
Checking. So episode 9, The Fancy Backpack Club. The backward clock announced, attention everyone, very important fashion emergency. The timer beat. What happened now? Gertie walked in with that shiny backpack. The chalk children surrounded it. The clock numbers peeked out. The desk legs bowed. And the burned biscuits formed a welcoming committee. But the backpack just whispered, no one's ever asked me to stay before. Even the oven paused. So, the class made a deal. They'd be the Fancy Backpack Club. One rule, backpacks never left early. The clock chimed dismissal in 5 minutes. The chalk kids gasped. We can't let our new friend go. So they staged a distraction. One biscuit did a ballet routine on my desk. Another challenged Gertie to solve 2 + 2 = Tuesday. While Gertie blinked, the backpack zipped itself open and whispered, I can come back tomorrow, okay? The chalkboard smiled in chalky script. A true friend is happy to see you leave because they know you'll come back. The oven gave a rare warm hum. I suppose that's true. The timer beamed. Excellent, something to look forward to tomorrow. And as Gertie picked up the backpack, the classroom children waved. The backpack gave a cheerful zip-zip and promised, I'll be back first thing in the morning and I'll bring stories. And just like that, tomorrow had a purpose.
Well, that's kind of boring, but the backpack is the Louis Vuitton, so the LV, the backpack is the adult, and the LV letters are the children.
Let me think. Alright, so giving the LV letters personalities. fun idea. So, episode 10, the Louis Vuitton family reunion. The clock announced important visitors today. The timer whimpered, please no more parades. The classroom doors opened. In came Gertie with her backpack. The gold L stretched its arms, the little V yawned, and then climbed down to introduce themselves. I'm Lefty L, I'm Victor V, I'm little V number 37. We're cousins, we're second cousins. We're decorative but very important. The chalk children immediately wanted to play. Hide and seek, the clock numbers joined in. We'll hide between the hours. Even the desk legs offered rides around the classroom. The burned biscuits proudly served a welcome banquet. The silver lid lifted, revealing tiny buttered crumbs arranged like a fancy feast. The LV letters clapped politely. So elegant. The backpack smiled proudly. My children have excellent manners. The chalkboard wrote, welcome, L's and V's. But the chalk children mischievously erased one letter, and it now read, welcome V's. The clock gasped. Oh, then had an idea. Why don't we alphabetize everybody? It ensued. The L's demanded front row seats. The V's formed a zigzag line. The numbers lost count. The biscuits just started bowing again. And the backpack simply zipped itself closed with a satisfied zip. The oven nodded. Class dismissed. Even letters have personality around here.
Well, that was kind of boring, but we need to have the classroom have more shenanigans, because every day, whether class is running or it's not running, the shenanigans and the children are always preparing for the next shenanigan for when Gertie arrives to class.
Checking. So, episode 11, Operation Welcome Back. The clock announced Gertie approaching in 4 hours. Prepare. The class sprang into action. The chalk children unrolled blueprints for Operation Welcome Back. The desk legs formed a build squad. The LV letters became the welcome committee, practicing courtesy bows. The burned biscuits built a welcome banner, which mostly said, welcome Gertie, please don't notice the misspelling. The timer rehearsed polite beeps. Beep. More like nervous bird noises. The chalkboard drafted the welcome speech. Dear Gertie, we promise today's shenanigans will be gentle. And when Gertie walked in, the class was suspiciously normal for exactly 3 seconds. Then the trophy rolled to her desk all by itself. Congratulations on arriving exactly when we expected you. Eventually, Gertie laughed. I knew you lot were up to something. And the class, every child, cheered. The timer beeped. Operation Welcome Back, success. The clock spun backwards with pride. Excellent work, everyone. On the chalkboard appeared the final lesson of the day. Tomorrow's planning meeting begins immediately after tomorrow ends. The class applauded. Even the oven clapped by opening and closing its door. From inside the backpack, one tiny LV whispered, I've got an idea for tomorrow. And every chalk child leaned in closer. What's in here? It's a surprise. And with that, the room gets
So that was not very interesting. I want you to take it up a notch.
Tell me, what kind of mischief feels fun to you? Something silly with the clock? something chaotic with the biscuits or some brand new nonsense?
I don't know, but it has to be something interesting, not something boring.
Checking. Okay, so episode 12.
Well, let me
Operation
interrupt.
Backpack Heist. The clock screamed, "Emergency! Gertie's 4 hours late!" The chalk children gasped. 4 hours? We barely have time. The desk legs scrambled under every desk. The oven swung open with a whoosh, releasing the Biscuit Brigade. The chalkboard unfurled a banner. Top secret. Make the Louis Vuitton backpack stay. The little LV letters became celebrities. Look at them, so fancy, the chalk children whispered. The clock numbers pushed in closer. Number 8, signed. I wish I were in. Suddenly, ding, Gertie rolled in. The room acted innocent. The chalkboard wrote, "Today's lesson, absolutely nothing suspicious." The desk was slid Gertie's chair neatly into place. He sat down, completely missing the case. The biscuits applauded politely. Excellent entrance. And while Gertie looked around, confused, the tiny LV letters quietly climbed back onto the backpack, exactly where they belonged. The backpack zipped itself closed with a proud zip. The oven nodded. Task dismissed. And remember, the clock chimed. Around here, even the letters have personalities.
Well, that was a little bit boring. So you probably should take it up a notch for Gertie.
Checking. Okay, let's crank it up. Episode 13, The Great Classroom Conspiracy. The clock screamed, "Emergency meeting! Gertie's late again!" The chalk children rolled out a floor-sized map. The desk legs joined tiny hard hats. The biscuits showed up as trench coat detectives. The oven bellowed, "Order! Today's mission is the biggest prank yet." The plan. Phase 1, hide all the number 8s. Phase 2, replace them with donuts. Phase 3, convince Gertie that 2473 is a weekday. Meanwhile, the LV letters start chanting, "Stay, stay, stay," and the desk legs break into a conga line. Gertie walks in, and the classroom freezes. But the donut number 8 rolls away. Catch me if you can! The biscuits form a barricade of crumbs. The chalk children draw arrows pointing nowhere. The LV letters do a dramatic slow motion chain climb back onto the backpack. The backpack bursts out laughing. "Nice try, but I go home with my person." The oven sighs. Foiled again. The biscuits toss their spy hats down. The chalkboard erases today's plan and writes, "Operation Backpack Heist failed. New plan tomorrow." And Gertie, watching it all, just shook her head and smiled. "You lot never quit." And the class buzzed, already scheming for the next absurd adventure.
Oh, that wasn't very interesting. I need you to take it up a notch. Can you take it up a notch?
Checking. All right, let's make it full cartoon chaos. Ready?
No, it needs to be a more interesting, like, more shenanigans.
Got it.
Yeah.
Episode 14, The Impossible School Day. The clock slams its hands together. "Emergency! Gertie's approaching!" The chalk children drop their crayons. Desk legs freeze in step. Biscuits stop mid-game of biscuit bowling. The oven whispers code marshmallow. Chaos deploys. The chalkboard unfurls a banner. Top secret plan 9, confuse Gertie. The number 8 disguises itself as breakfast pastry. The number 5 pretends to be a giraffe. The LV letters practice red carpet poses. The biscuits build a fake trophy that says, world's most punctual student. The desk legs quietly move Gertie's chair back just 6 inches. She sits, misses it. Biscuits applaud the night. Excellent entrance. Chaos waits, patient for its cue.
I have no idea what that says. It's in Japanese. But it is Japanese oil. It works good. I don't know what it says. Can you take it up a notch? Because that was kind of boring.
Checking. Totally fair. I think you're picturing a full cartoon heist level mischief with everybody involved hours before she even arrives. Right?
Yeah.
So, episode
Yeah,
15
everybody.
is
I mean, when
Operation
Gertie,
Invisible Classroom.
whether or not Gertie is in the class or out of the classroom plans the next visit. So they're always scheming. When she's out of the classroom, they're scheming. And then when she's in the classroom, they're continuing to plan for the next day.
Love that. Yeah, the classroom keeps its own secret planning committee, always plotting the next ridiculous scheme. So, episode 16, the secret planning committee. Long before sunrise, the chalk children call the meeting to order. The desk legs scoot in with mini rolling chairs. The biscuits arrive with 2 belts full of crumbs. The oven creaks open. Agenda item 1. Confuse Gertie politely. The plan: 1. Replace every chair with a lookalike. 2. Rename Wednesday. 3. Hide the number 8 again, but as a donut. The desk legs volunteer. We can wheel stealth chairs. The biscuits suggest distractions. Biscuit ballet returns. The chalk children propose fake announcements. Free pizza this way. Free vacation. Then erase them dramatically. When Gertie enters, she finds utter silence. A fake normal day. She takes 1 step. Every desk leg scoops exactly 1 inch. She takes another. Every clock number shouts, "Not yet!" The chalkboard flips. Welcome to Thursday. The clock protests. It's Tuesday. The timer protests. It's lunchtime. The oven protests. It's cookie season. The biscuits protest. We vote for all of the above. Nobody agrees. The LV netters jump onto Gertie's shoulder. We're having a wonderful day. The backpack laughs. Its zipper vibrates. Gertie folds her arms. I leave you alone for 1 morning. You've turned the whole classroom upside down. The clock winks. Upside down was yesterday. Today we're sideways. And tomorrow's shenanigans have already started.
Well, that was good. I want you to take it up a notch and make it like, extremely, psychotic, but not in a good way, but just so unusual that it even confuses Gertie and Garla and Grendel and Gula.
Checking. I like the direction, so think absurd dream logic, where even the regular characters can't guess what's coming. Episode 17, the meeting about the meeting. Before sunrise, the clock rings itself. Emergency! We need a meeting to plan tomorrow's planning meeting. The chalk children gasp. But we haven't finished planning today's planning meeting.
Why did you stop with the story?
Right, when it hit the meeting about the meeting part. So picture this. The chalk children call a meeting to plan the meeting. Then the desk legs chime in. What about the pre-meeting meeting? Suddenly the oven insists they need a snack to decide the agenda for the meeting. The biscuits organise a snack meeting about snacks. Meanwhile, the clock starts a countdown. 5, 4, 3. But halfway through it forgets what it's counting for. Gertie walks in and everyone pretends nothing's happening, but the chalkboard blurts out, surprise! The room gasps, even the backpack giggles. And Gertie just shakes her head. You lot really need hobbies. Class in unison, this is our hobby! And then they immediately schedule another meeting about it.
Now that's funny. So there needs to be multiple layers of planning that Gertie gets so confused she wants to leave class, but her backpack and the LV friends that are now part of the class, you know, try to talk Gertie out of not leaving, but I like the multiple layers of planning and the arguments in between the children and the adults of the real classroom.
Checking. I think you've hit the sweet spot. The common gold is in the planning becoming so elaborate that nobody remembers the prank anymore. So maybe episode 18, the Committee of Committees. The clock starts by announcing meeting number 1 is now in session. The chalk children sit at a round table. The desk legs roll in with clipboards, biscuits wearing little neckties, the oven presiding. Agenda item 1. Confuse Gertie. Then they argue over whether you can hold a planning meeting without a pre-planning meeting. The biscuits form a subcommittee to debate snack policy for the meetings. The oven demands a snack to fuel the meeting. So, another subcommittee forms.
I'm going to restart my
Then the
YouTube channel with a different
agenda
thumbnail.
They create a
I'll be back.
committee